We're going to start at 1 and we're going to go all the way to 20. I know that you're muted, but I want you to count along with me, even though I can't hear you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we're going to go backwards. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0.
Teacher, mine only goes to 10.
That's okay. That's why I wanted you to count with me on this number line. Tomorrow I'm giving you a number line that goes to 20, but since our focus right now is only to 10 for today, that's why you only have a 10. But after tomorrow, you guys will get a number line that goes to 20. Okay? So we are going to practice choosing any number to start from and then counting up. So what I mean by that is I can just pick any number. I stopped on 7. I can start at 7 and count all the way to 20. I don't have to always start at 1. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I could choose any number again. I stopped on 17. 17, 18, 19, 20. So I can just leave off on the number that I last said, and then I can just keep going.
Stretch left and right, count by ones. Go 5 numbers from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. From 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. From 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can count from any number. Keep on counting, counting on. Dance left and right, count by ones. Go 5 numbers from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. From 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. From 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Cool, you did it! I can count from any number. Keep on counting, counting on.
Awesome. Okay. So, boys and girls. There we go. Okay. So, do you guys see that we can start off from any number? So if I asked somebody to start on a certain number, I want you to keep going till you get to 20, okay? Cadence, can you please start at 15 and go up? Nice job, Cadence. Nicholas, can I have you start on 9?
17, 18, 19, 20.
Nice job, Nicholas. Okay, I'm going to choose one more person. Deleza, will you start at 13?
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Good job, Deleza. Okay, so now that we have practiced on our number line, I want to talk to you guys about 2 new vocabulary words, okay? And I'm going to write them on the board. 2 new vocabulary words we're going to add. My first word here is greater. Greater. This word here is less. So, if I said the word greater, what do you think it means? I want to call in a couple of students to try and guess. What does greater mean? Use the raise your hand button. What does greater mean? Eli, can you tell me what greater means? You can take a guess. What would it mean, greater? Eli, can I have you unmute? Yes, thank you, Cadence. I wanted to ask everyone and see if we could get some different answers, okay? So we have greater meaning it's the bigger number, and less meaning it's going to be smaller. So if I held up 2 cards here and I had a 7 and a 9, I'm going to focus on my number line here, and I know that as I go this way, my numbers are getting bigger or greater. As I go this way on my number line, my numbers are getting smaller or less. So if I have a 7 here and a 9, which one is greater? Which one is greater, getting bigger? 7 or 9? Deleza, thanks for using the raise your hand button. Deleza, you may unmute.
What do you say?
I said, which one is greater? If I have a 7 and a 9, and I know that this way my numbers are getting bigger, which one is greater, 9 or 7? 9. 9 is greater than 7. It's the bigger number. This way the numbers get bigger. This way the numbers get smaller. So, I have a fun game that I would like to play with you guys. So, in order to play this game, you need a couple of supplies ready in front of you. I would like you to have your whiteboard ready in front of you, and as soon as you have your whiteboard ready in front of you, go ahead and raise your hand. Use the raise hand button. Make sure you have your whiteboard in front of you with a marker. Miss Prince is ready. She has her whiteboard ready in front of her. Eli, please go get your whiteboard. Mason, Deleza, go get your whiteboard. I also want to make sure I have my number line in front of me because this is going to really help me decide if the number is greater or less. So boys and girls, here's how the game works. I have some critters in here. And there's all different kinds of critters. I have this creepy spider. I have this grasshopper. I have this cool fish. I have my favorite animal, a whale. I I have this pretty blue frog. I have so many different critters in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a certain amount of critters in here, and the number is going to be one of these numbers. So it's either going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. And that's going to be how many animals are in here. I'm going to be calling on students to show their board and tell me what number they think it is. So remember, it can only be the numbers 0 all the way to 10. So if you hold up 11, that's too big. So you're going to write on your board a number, and your number can be 0 or any of these all the way to 10. And I'm going to keep this up here because I want you guys to remember that greater means it's getting bigger. Less means it's getting smaller. You could also choose to have 0 on here. So, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to put some of the animals, some of the critters in here, and I'm going to call on a student. And if you hold up your board, say, let's do a practice round, okay? Practice round means I'm going to tell you how many are in here, but when we really play, I'm not going to tell you. So for practice, I have 1. Okay, there's 1 critter in here. And I'm going to call on a student, and let's say that I call on Petra. And Petra holds up a 4. I'm going to tell Petra my number is less than 4 because it's smaller than 4. So then she's going to erase, and everyone else might erase and think, ooh, I'm going to guess a number smaller than 4 because I know that less means smaller. So then I'm going to call on somebody else and say I call on Paige, and Paige says 2. And I'm going to say, it's less than 2. So then you're all going to erase your board, and then you're going to guess again. And then I'm going to call on somebody, and they hold up a 1. And I'm going to say, you got it right. Okay? So clear your board. I'm going to put some animals in here, but I'm not going to tell you how many. It's going to be one of these numbers. So if you put something bigger than 10, it's not going to be one of the choices. It needs to be one of these. Okay, here we go. All right, I have my critters in here. If you would like to show your video, I have to call on you, and then you may show your video and hold up your whiteboard, okay? Let's see, Mason, go ahead and guess and hold up your whiteboard with a number on it. So one of these numbers. Remember, greater means I want you to choose a bigger number. Less means I want you to choose a smaller number. Mason, can you hear me? Okay, Mason, I'm going to have to skip you. Okay, so show your video so I can see what number you wrote. Okay, now try. So boys and girls, if it's the wrong number, I want you to erase yours and see if you can guess it. Okay, Mason put a 1. Mason, I have a number of critters in here that's greater than 1. So it's a bigger number than 1. So everyone else look at your number that you wrote, and if you chose 1 or 0, I want you to erase and choose a new number. So the number of critters I have is greater than 1. It's bigger than 1. So choose a different number. And now I'm going to call on somebody else. Does that make sense? Okay. Adrian, can I have you show your video with your number on it? You're trying to guess how many critters I have. Okay, you need to choose a number and write it down so I can call on you. 10. Adrian picked 10 this time. Adrian, the number of critters I have in here is less than 10. So far, boys and girls, it's not a 1 and it's not a 10. It's somewhere in between. So I don't have 1 critter and I don't have 10 critters. It's somewhere in between. So if you want to guess this time, make sure you raise your hand. Paige, you may unmute and show your video. Show me what number you wrote.
Number 20.
Ooh, remember, Paige, it has to be smaller than 10. So I want you to write a number that's either 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So can you erase really quick and choose a different number? While she's doing that, boys and girls, I want you to think about your number you picked. Ooh, Paige put 8. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Paige, you got it right. You guessed my secret number. Awesome job. Paige, I'm going to include a little secret prize in your packet for tomorrow. Okay, we're going to play another round. So boys and girls, go ahead and erase your board. Pick a new number from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Okay? And I'm going to put a new number of critters in here without you guys seeing. So I'm not going to choose 8 this time. And it has to be one of these numbers, remember. Okay, I'm ready. So far, I only see 3 students raising their hand with the button. So I'm going to call on some students that aren't using the button just to make sure everyone's here. Nicholas, thank you. Nicholas, which number did you pick? What number? 10. Okay, Nicholas picked 10. Nicholas, the number of critters I have is less than 10. So boys and girls, it's not 10. It has to be one of these numbers. So if you wrote 10, I want you to erase and try a new number. Good guess, Nicholas. My number is less than 10. That means it's smaller. Eli, can I have you unmute, please? Tell me the number you wrote down. Eli? One, 2, 3, 4. Eli, you got this secret number. I'm going to include something in your packet for tomorrow. Angela, do you have a question? Angela, do you have a question?
I have a turd.
Yes, Angela. Okay, I'm going to put a new number of animals in here, and I want you to tell me a number, okay? Remember, it has to be one of these. Okay, I have my new number, Angela. Go ahead and choose a number. Angela? 10. The number of critters I have in here, Angela, is less than 10. That means it's smaller than 10. So I want you guys to think, choose a number that's smaller than 10. So any of these except for 10. Okay, I'm looking to see who has their hand raised. Deleza, will you choose a number?
1.
Oh, Deleza, you got it. 1 critter was in there. So Deleza, you get a little prize in your bag. Okay, boys and girls, tomorrow you are playing this same exact game with Miss Cheetah, okay? So she might not use these critters. She might use something different, but you're going to play the same exact game with her, okay? So tomorrow, make sure you're ready with your number line, and you're going to play this game between 0 and 20, though. So tomorrow, you're going to have numbers to choose all the way from 0 all the way to 20. So it's going to be the same game, but it's going to be a little bit of an extra challenge, okay? Make sure you're ready. I am going to include the prize in everybody's bag because you guys did such a great job. So even if you didn't get your name up here, I'm still going to put the prize in your bag this time, okay? But this is going to really help me see who is participating in our groups. So it is super important that you guys know how to mute and unmute and use the raise your hand button. So this time I'm putting the prize in every single bag. You guys did awesome. Make sure you are ready tomorrow with all of your supplies. You need to make sure you have your whiteboard when you're ready, your number line. Remember these 2 words. Greater means bigger. Less means smaller. Tomorrow, you're doing all of the numbers 0 all the way to 20. Okay, so it's the same game, just more numbers. All right, you guys may unmute and say goodbye to each other.